It has started. Hopefully, everyone, we will have a calm dog. Hopefully, we will have a calm dog. That's what I'm working on. That's what I've decided is going to happen today. We're going to have a calm dog. Just getting started. We're going to wait for everybody to get into the room, and we'll get started in a minute. I want to get my Miss Cleopatra a little situated. I'm going to get her a little chew, a little chew. Okay? And I'll be right back. Okay, my love. Mommy's got a little chew for you. Okay? Here we go. Get under your blanket. Under your blanket. I want you to relax. Come over here. Come over here. Good girl. Good girl. All right. That's a good girl. Yay. All right. Let me pull this down. And all right. Let me get over to the show. Hi. Welcome. Good rising. Welcome to the Indigo Room, the Good Rising live chat. Open chat today. Welcome. I'm just gonna light some hi Sharon. Gonna light the wood. And we're gonna light the sage, relight it, and get everybody. Hi, Barb. Okay, Barb, you're gonna be cutting out. You'll probably cut out soon because you have to pick someone up. Okay, gotcha. Linda's here with us.
Hi, everybody.
She's still traveling. So here's some Palo Santo wood for everyone. I'm gonna put a little on myself. We got the camera back up today. We're not doing the music because that seems to not go well with the camera and the computer. So we're just gonna let that music rest until we get the new computer set up. So here's some sage for you. It's a full moon. Oh, thank you, Sharon. Yes, it's my birthday eve. My birthday eve. So we're gonna wait just till 11:35, and then we'll start the announcements. Today's topic, question. The question of the day. Doesn't have to be the topic of the whole show, but the question of the day. I'm gonna type it in the chat. Are you calling on the law of forgiveness? I was gonna write frogginess. For yourself. I had to use for because it wouldn't take out everything in there, and others. And I'm going to put the telephone number if you want to dial in. You can do that. Are you, Barb, going to be in the video chat today? I put the link in. If not, let me know and I'll re-put it. If you are, then I'll re-put the link in the chat so you can join us on the video. I'll just put it in there again for those of you that come in later. Okay, so the open chat is basically that. It's an open chat. This Indigo Room, I'm your host, Sydney Chase. Hi, 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 hi. The Indigo Room is where we discuss all things spiritual. I'm going to move this over a little bit so we don't have the smoke in my face. This is where we discuss all things spiritual. By that, I mean that we are non-physical, spiritual beings having a physical human experience. Life is supposed to be good, supposed to be fun, supposed to be delicious, even when it's wicky wacky, because we got tools, right? Some of us had to dust off our tools. I know I had to dust my tools off. I was like, wait a minute, I need to dig up in my toolbox, open my toolbox and dig in. How about you, Linda?
Yep.
Woo!
I had to go down to the bottom drawer and dig on past the screwdrivers. Oh, there's that one.
Right? And some of them are buried, very deep. And you
Yeah.
go, oh, I
Have to
forgot about that.
have to clean off a little of the grease, a little of the wicky wacky.
I'm telling you, girl, it's interesting, I have to say. So Linda's here with us, and she's still traveling. And today's question of the day, as I said, is are you calling on the law of forgiveness for yourself and for others? And we're going to talk about that today. But before we do that, and if there's something else you want to talk about, let a sister know. But before we do that, because it's my birthday and I celebrate my birthday like the entire month. You know why? Because May is the best month of the year besides December, which is Christmas, in my humble opinion. I was born in May, so it's the best month of the year. You know why? For me, I celebrate Mother's Day. I celebrate Cinco de Mayo. It's a whole month. It's a month. Cinco de Mayo, Mother's Day, then my birthday, which comes the following week after Mother's Day. My poor kids, they always have to dang, we got to do Mother's Day and her birthday at the same time. And then it's Memorial Day weekend as well. So it's party time for me. So one of the things I wanted to do was give back. You know me, I'm always like to give stuff. And I've been having such a wonderful time with you all. And I've just been so blessed to have you come back and join me in the Indigo Room and on this new platform. And I decided, well, it's a new platform for me. YouTube is not new, but it's new for me. So there's a lot of things that I had to figure out and learn. And I'm still learning. And it's a lot of fun. And I love learning new things. But one of the things I wanted to do was give back to you guys. But there's a caveat. You have to also do something for the Indigo Room. It ain't free. So you can enter. We're giving away. I'm having a birthday giveaway this month. And the drawing will be picked at random of 4 winners. I was going to do one winner gets all 4 things. And then I said, no, I'm just going to do 4 different winners and you can each have one thing. So what I'm giving away is the Neville Resurrection book. If you don't have it, because some of y'all just are very, lackadaisical. Okay. You got to buy the book. But this month, I'm giving it away. And then I'm also giving away an Indigo Room T-shirt. So I've been working on the T-shirts. I don't know what it's going to look like yet. But when it comes, you'll be happy. And a Himalayan Salt Lamp I'm giving away too. Let me show you. If you don't have one, you should get one. But you may win. You may win it. All right, let me see if I can. Hold on. I'll be right back. I'm going to get the lamp so I can show you. Hopefully it'll stretch far enough. Yeah, I think so. I think it'll stretch. This is what it looks like. I don't know if you can see that. Oh, it's lit. That's the Himalayan Salt Lamp. It comes with a wood base. It's like 3 or 4 pounds. This is full Himalayan salt. I use this in my bedroom, and in the house I have 2 or 3 of them. Three of them. And it's great nightlight, because I have to have a nightlight for the bird, because the bird has night frights. She gets wicky wacky if it gets too dark, because they can't really see. So they need light to be able to see. So, but I bought it for myself. I didn't buy it for the bird, but now we use it for the bird. I use it for the bird. So at night I turn that on, and it helps her to be able to see, but it also, it energizes the room. It clears the room. It ionizes the air. It's like a, what do you call that? An air cleaner? Yeah, does that. So if you have allergies or something like that, it's great to have in your home, because, you know, it's like an air purifier, except it's natural. So we're giving that away. And I think I may give away an Indigo Room mug. I have to think about that. I may add one more thing. And the Neville, I said the Neville book. Oh, and I'm giving away the kit, the Palo Santo wood. You get 6 pieces of wood and a sage bundle. So if you want to join in the giveaway, there's several things you have to do. Number 1, I mean, you can do one thing, or you can do all 3 things. So to enter, you would need to first, of course, subscribe to the Indigo Room. That would be number 1. And if you did it before, that doesn't count. This is for new people, for the subscription. But there's other ways that you can win as well. So if you have not subscribed to the Indigo Room, please do so. Then you would need to share a video on one of your social media platforms. Now, this is for everybody. Everybody can do that. Now, if you did it 1 or 2 times, that's great. It's an entry. That's 1 entry. Okay? You get your name put in to the entry, to the giveaway entry. So you would need to share a video. Now, how am I going to know that you shared a video? Well, you need to take a screenshot and email it to me and let me know. You can't just say, "Oh yeah, I did it, Sydney. I sent a I shared a video." I trust you, but I want to see it. Okay? So either you could share it on Facebook, you could share it on Twitter, you can share one of my Instagram posts, repost one of my Instagram posts. You could do that, but you must share at least 1 video from the YouTube in order to get an entry. The third entry, the third way you can enter, now you can do all of these and you can get several entries, or you could just do one of them and get 1 entry. The last thing is you must follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and that gets you an entry as well. So the drawing will be on June 1st. We're going to do it at random. And oh, nice, Linda. Linda just texted me. I love that. We're going to do it at random, and it'll be June 1st. So you have until June 1st to get all these things done, and then you must email me at theindigoroom2@gmail.com and let me know, how many things you did and how many entries you have, and you'll get an entry number, and that's the entry number. I'm going to give you the entry number, and that's the number we're going to use to pull the winner. So good. I won't even say good luck, because, good vibing. That's what I'm going to say. So if you want any of those things, if you want the Neville book, if you want the kit, the Sage Bundle and the wood, or you want the salt lamp, or you want the T-shirt, or you want the mug, you got to be in it to win it. Yay! So make sure you follow us. Make sure you hit that thumbs up button too for today's video, because that lets people know that we're live. It lets other people know that what's going on in the Indigo Room, and it helps us get the word out, let folks know what we're doing here. Hope everybody had a great week. Did you have a good week, Linda?
Yes, it got better the closer we got to the weekend. A lot better.
A lot better?
Yep.
No, it's not the last thing, Jackie. So it got a lot better this week?
Yeah.
We just started, Jackie. You're okay. I was talking about the giveaway. We're doing a giveaway for my birthday. My birthday's tomorrow. I celebrate my birthday all month. So we're doing a giveaway. And these are the things that we're giving away: the T-shirt, the salt lamp, the Palo Santo wood and the Sage Bundle, and in the Neville book, one of these things to each person. And I'm thinking I'm going to add in the Indigo Room mug as a gift as well. So everything is in. If you forgot what I said on how to enter, everything is in the description below. I wrote it all out. It's all there. How to do it, what to do, how to enter. And hopefully we'll get some entries. We'll get some good entries. And I hope you all win. 5 of you are going to win something. 5. Linda, you can join in too. All right.
Okay.
So thank you, Barb. Barb said, I don't know if you can see the chat, Linda, but Barb said hi. And she also said happy Earth Day. And Sharon said hi to you too. And Jackie said, happy birthday, darling. Thank you. Phew. Okay, it'll be too expensive to send to England. Enter. I'm not shipping it. I'm worried about what is expensive. Just enter into the contest. How are you gonna decide what's too expensive for me to ship? Huh? Do you know one time during the Indigo Room, I gave out, I don't know, I think it was 25 books. Do you remember that, Linda? Did I send you one?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I gave out 25 or 30 books, and some of them went to England. Some of them went to Norway, Iceland. Don't worry about me. Don't worry about expensive. All right. Just let me do what I got to do. So we're back on the giveaways, and that's what we're doing. So if you want to get in it, that's fine. If you don't, but don't worry about me shipping. All right. Don't worry about that. Okay. Today we're talking about whatever you want to talk about, but we did get a request from Linda and Sharon. Both of them don't talk to each other. They talk to me. And they both sent a request today to talk about forgiveness and calling on the law of forgiveness. And Sharon wanted to talk about forgiving yourself, and Linda wanted to talk about forgiveness as a whole. So I went, okay, all right, that's what we're going to do today. That's the question of the day and the topic of today. So Jackie, if you want to join into the chat live, you can do that. You just need to send me an email at theindigoroom2@gmail.com, and we can add you if you want. Sharon, you can also do that as well. I think I added you, Sharon. I'm not sure. No, I don't have your email. Do I? I don't think so. Because you text me all the time. I don't think I have your email address. So if you wanted to join in, you could do that. Make sure you hit the thumbs up button. All right, so all the announcements are out. So Linda. Yes, please. Okay, so She said, yes, please. All right. Well, you got to send me an email because I don't have your email here. And then hopefully it's a Gmail account, and then we'll send you the link to join us in the chat. All right, so that's the question of the day. And I wanted to just share with you something that came into my mind as, you know, I was thinking about this today, and I was like, well, what am I going to say? What am I going to talk about? And one of the things that is really key for your abundance to come in and the things that you want in your experience, the things that you want in your experience to come into fruition is focusing on forgiveness. And it's not always easy to do. It is simple. It's a simple thing, but it's sure not easy. Okay, yeah, send that right now. Check the Gmail. It's the Indigo Room 2. Let me write it in here. Sorry. I can't type and talk at the same time. Well, I guess I can. Room 2 at gmail.com. Okay. Oh, before we also get started, I did want to share with you all, we got an email from Funke00, and her name is Delicia. So if you see her, Funke00, that's her name. But she wanted to share something with us because I think it was one of the shows, I can't remember which. And she was talking about how she had been homeless before and, you know, she wanted to clear up something, that she's not homeless. She was, but not for very long. She said, hi, Indigo Room family. I'll start off by saying that my family and I are so blessed and doing great. That's number one. Almost 4 years ago, I had an emotional breakdown. I needed a change in environment and just needed to get out and go. This breakdown came at a time when I was working on my mindset. That's when I found you, Sydney. I let my crazy husband know that we should move. I call him crazy because he went along with the whole thing at the time. Well, that's good that you were married to a crazy husband that went along with your idea. Well, 3 weeks later, we packed up and left from New York to Georgia. I remember the moving truck guy kept making jokes about us being homeless. It wasn't funny or disturbing for me because I was doing my I ams and visualization work. I had no fear. After 2 long weeks in Georgia, we moved into a lovely home. Wow. The 2 weeks, 2 long weeks, that's not very long, but it probably felt long at the time. From New York to Georgia with 2 young children and a crazy husband, she puts him in quotes, puts that in quotes. We changed our reality and have not looked back. We literally moved from one state to another, both mentally and physically. She said there's so much more to say, but she had to compress the story. So she wanted to share that with us. And I think that that is awesome. And it's beautiful. And this is what we can do when we change our mental state and we nourish our minds and we focus on our I am statements and we do the work. It is so, so very important and so, so vital to our well-being to really get in there. You know, I don't care how long it takes, but just do the work, you know, just get in there and do it. So thank you, Funke00, for sharing that with us. That was a beautiful story, and I'm so, so happy for you. I wanted to play, maybe I'll play that on the way out, but I don't know if I could do it because, you know, I'm trying to make sure that the camera stays where it is. But I did want to play some music for us today. Okay, you sent the email? Great, I will check it. That wasn't Jackie's story. That was Funke 00's story. And Bart says, that was a great story. I am very much asking forgiveness for myself and others, especially one person right now who is really being difficult. Katrina, hi. Katrina's in the house. Oh, you meant to say hello to Jackie. Okay. Hi, Jackie. Yes, that was a beautiful story. It's a beautiful story. And okay, Sharon, you sent the mail? What? I'm shocked. No worries. I just wanted to let you know that it was Funke 00's story. So let me go over here 1 second and get everybody so we can the because you sent me a text, honey. Oh, Linda?
Yes.
You sent me a text.
No, I didn't. I did before the show, but not.
Oh, because I just got
during
it.
the show.
It came in at 11:04. All right. So I just got it. You sent it before the show. I see. So
Okay.
I don't know if you want to talk about that or not, or you just want to leave it alone.
I can talk about it generally.
Okay. All right.
So I have a situation. I had a situation with a friend, and I talked to Sydney and another one of my friends, and sort of got my head straight around it. I have been trying to help this friend, and it's just not working out. And I kept focusing on helping her out rather than helping myself out and what I wanted and what I needed. And so once Sydney and my other friend, talked to me about it, and I thought about it a little bit more, it made it much easier to let go of focusing on the other person. I was just focused on me and what I wanted. And, realizing that while I'm trying to imagine her being successful and moving somewhere else, um, it just wasn't working. It wasn't resonating with me. It didn't feel right. So I suspect that she wasn't accepting it, and it was being sent back to me. So anyway, I finally, I communicated with her, and I said I wanted it to go smoothly. And so far she was perfectly fine with it. So that'll be cool.
Yay! That's so freaking awesome. I'm so excited. I'm eager.
Me as well.
I'm working on getting excited, because excited has a frenetic energy about it. And when you're calm and sure, it's not a frenetic energy, and it allows the things to manifest easier, I feel. But excited is almost the same type of energy as fear, right? So when you're excited, it's almost like you're doubtful in a way. But when you know something, you're sure and you're okay, and you're happy, you're eager for the manifestation to show up. But when you're excited, you also have that frenetic energy sometimes, and I feel that's just my experience. When I get excited, I go, okay, you need to calm down. Calm down and get in the knowing feeling. So I just wanted to share that. So let's talk about forgiveness, gang. What ways or when do you call on the law of forgiveness? And I want to share something that came into my thought process today as I was thinking about this and as I was meditating on the topic and the question. And I asked Spirit, what can I share? What can I add to this topic today? And one of the things that came immediately to my mind as I'm walking, I always get these epiphanies either when I'm walking the dog or when I'm taking a shower. That's when stuff seems to be able to come through when I'm awake. So I remember and I recall that, revising your day is really very key in line with forgiveness, right? Because if you do something or somebody says something to you, we get wicky wacky with it, right? We get stressed out with it. We get, crazy with it. But you know what? I'm going to just put the link to the Hangouts in the chat because some of you don't seem to be getting the Google Chat Hangout invite. So I'm just going to put it in the YouTube chat, and that will allow you to be able to join the show. Okay. Barb said, good work, Linda. I know that feeling of excited. And Katrina says, all the time these days, I'm calling on the law of forgiveness. Those mindless moments the mindless moments is when things can show up. So for me and what I've been experiencing, if you want to join the Google Hangouts, hit that link in the chat. I just put the link in the chat. Okay, so then you can join us in the Google Hangouts. Right now, it's me and Linda. I found that in my meditation, I would go back to points in time because if I could revise my day, then I could certainly revise certain situations that I may have done or said or, was being something. This is for myself, not anybody else. I'm just talking about me. So I used to do this a long time ago before I even found out about revising your day from Neville. When I first started doing my meditation and learning how to meditate, I would got it from my guides. I didn't understand what the heck they were talking about. There was nothing, there was no title to it. It was just an exercise that they gave to me. And I would sit in my meditation and conjure up a previous me or another time frame that I was in or a situation that I could recall. And I would have a conversation with the old me. And I would, tell her, well, this is what you did. This is what you said. And I'm giving you some feedback on what you can do now, or, how you can move, because that experience is coming, right? I already went through it. So that experience is coming for you. And this is what you can say, do, or be to change my reality right now. Does that make sense? Does that make sense to everyone? Does that make sense to you, Linda?
Yep. Got to think about it for a minute and go, okay, wait a minute.
So, right? So what I would do is go conjure up a scene or a place where my old self was. Because I'm not in that space anymore. I'm not in that state of mind. She, however, is. And I would go to her because I've already had the experience. I already went through it. So I would go to a place before that experience happened and have a conversation with my old self. And I would tell my old self, listen, this is what happened. This is what I went through because you did A, B, C, D, E, F, G. So I'm trying to help you now so it helps me in the future. So I go to my old self, my past self, tell her what I experienced and how she can move through this, because it's coming. Whatever is going to happen, I'm not changing that. I can't change that right now. But whatever's getting ready to happen is getting ready to happen to her. I'm a new space. I'm a new person. I'm a new being. But I'm telling my old self, this is getting ready to happen for you. And I would like for you to do A, B, C, D, E, F, G, be A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and, move through it. This is how you can move through it. And I give her like instructions on how to move through stuff. I also do that with my future self. I go talk to my future self, like, where are you at right now? What are you doing? How are you being? And find out. And I have to say that I used to talk to my future self a long time ago, and I would ask her questions about what was happening. And this, I guess me, told my old self back in the day, I didn't do that all the time, because it was just like, I don't know, anything could change. I could change anything from that space. But she did have a dog at the time. And when I was talking to my future self, I didn't have a dog. It looked like Cleopatra. And now we got Cleopatra. Sean brought Cleopatra. I didn't go looking for a Cleopatra. Sean brought me Cleopatra one day, seemingly out of the blue. So the person that I was talking to, and she was living in a house at the time when I was talking to her, my future self, and she was living in a house. I thought it was upstate New York. Turns out it was Pennsylvania, which is still upstate from New York, but that's where she was living. So I'm just saying you can do those things. We are very powerful beings, and we can talk to ourselves. So that's how I use the law of forgiveness, because I knew that I did, certain things or said certain things or was being certain things. And I talked to my old self to let her know, this is who I am now. This is who I've become. So let me help you. So you don't have to, experience it the way I did. And you can shift and change your experience. Another way to forgive yourself, and I'm just talking about yourself now. I'm not even talking about others right now. We're not even dealing with the others, because the others are still you, some aspect of you. So if you can forgive yourself for whatever it is that you think you did to yourself or said about yourself or, was being, it's just about yourself. Maybe you called yourself so many different things, right? I'm stupid, I'm fat, I'm dumb, I'm we're not doing that anymore. So forgive your old self, because your old self, when you know better, you do better. So another way that I forgive myself is, again, calling on the law of forgiveness in those moments. And that feeling that you have, that feeling that you get when something is just, why did I do that? Why did I say that? Why did I, you just know for your own self. I'm not talking about good, bad, or, it's a good thing you did that, or it's a bad thing you did that. For yourself if it feels good or if it didn't feel good. So, there are ways for you to forgive yourself, but the biggest thing is just to call on the law of forgiveness. I call on the law of forgiveness for myself. Boom. End of story. I call on the law. Oh, my nose is running because I'm drinking. Hold on, I gotta get the tissue. Oh my goodness, where's my tissues at? I am drinking my mucus remover this morning, and it's doing its job. When you remove mucus from your body, it's very, very helpful. Mucus causes all disease. Well, besides your crazy thoughts, mucus also has a way of causing disease. So anyway, I'm back. We call on the law of forgiveness for ourselves, and sometimes you have to do it over and over because you feel that wicky wacky thing. But I know when I call on it, it is almost immediate that I feel a lot better. And it's just a matter of saying out loud, I'm calling on the law of forgiveness for myself today. The key is not to keep going backwards and dwelling in the experience that was not feeling good. That's really the key. You know, you can go back one time. You don't have to keep going back and bringing it up. You know, we talk about this in the I am statements. You don't want to keep going back and holding on to this dead thing that you did or that you said or that you were. You go in, do the exercises if you want, talk to your old self and say, you know what, I forgive you. You in a different place. This is what you might want to do now, you know, because it's coming. That situation is on its way. And these are the things that you may want to do and say, and then you let it go. You know, the more you sit and think about it and think about it and think about it and think about it, the more you're creating another state of wicky wackiness that is just gonna ride with you into your future. So why keep dragging, you know, the dead thing with you? Forgive it and forget it. So I think that starting with ourselves is key, because once you start with yourself, then you'll be able to extend that same courtesy to others. And the other is just you in a different form, in a different body, in a different state, in a different, we're all these states of mind. We are everything. We're all of it. So it becomes easier to do it for other people. That does not mean, however, that you want to, when you start forgiving yourself, forgiving others, it does not mean that you are going to continue in that experience with them. I think a lot of times people think that forgiveness means, oh, I should, you know, now embrace you and, you know, be buddy with you and we can hang out and, you know, we can do all these things and be like it was before. No, that doesn't mean that. Especially if you're in an abusive relationship. That just means you are letting it go. What they did to you, you let go and you move free. There's another thing that I do often when I'm in a situation where I have to call on the law of forgiveness is, and I gave this to Linda as well, is I, in my meditation, can see the tethers that are coming out from me to other people, because we're all attached in a way. You know, people that are in my experience, I feel like I imagined a tether that's coming from me to them. And what I do is I imagine a big scissors, golden scissors in my imagination, and I cut the tether. And then I take that energy, I put it back into this box. It's all beautiful. It's all great and wonderful. And I imagine myself handing it back to that person with love and forgiveness. Here you go. I'm free. I give it back to you. The energy that we, you know, had going back and forth, I'm cutting it. I'm cutting the tether. So I imagine a big scissor, cutting it off. Sip. I put it in a box, and it goes back to the individual. And I give it back to them with love, not with hate or malice in my heart. And sometimes, however, because of my state of mind, I allow the tether to grow back. That has happened. And guess what I have to do? I have to go back in there and cut that sucker again. Sometimes I have to cut it 4 or 5 times before I get it right. And then I'm done. I don't experience them in a Wicky Wacky way, and they don't experience me in a Wicky Wacky way. Maybe they do. I don't know. I don't really care. It's none of my business. All I can do is take care of my business. All I can do is take care of me and focus on me and what I am creating within. And once that's done, whoo, you feel free. Barb says, just deciding to forgive is a huge relief. I just let go of blaming myself and another person, and I'm changed forever because of this experience. No hanging out with him ever again, for sure. Yeah, you don't have to stay with, in that space, but you do need to forgive so that you can be free. And if they want to take it upon themselves to be forgiving of themselves or whatever, that has nothing to do with you. That got nothing to do with you. That's not your job. All right, so Jackie, I put the link in the chat. If you want to click the link, that would allow you to join us on the video.
As long as you have Hangouts installed on your computer or phone.
Thank you, Linda. Linda said, as long as you have Hangouts installed on your computer or your phone, that, if you go to your Gmail account, because you're in Gmail. So if you go to your Gmail account, you'll see Hangouts on the left side. If you've got Hangouts, you'll see it on the left side of your email account. And that will allow you to be in the chat. So what do you guys, how do you all, Linda shared, how do you feel about forgiveness and forgiving yourself? Do you find that it's hard? Do you need some extra techniques? Do you find that it's not necessary? Because I'm going to tell you, it is very necessary. It is very necessary. Because anything that you're trying to do will not stand. It will fall down and it will fall apart if you carry these burdens with you. You'll start to look tired. You'll feel burdened. You'll feel heavy. And you will experience other people who are similar to those people or experiences. They will show up for you because you haven't done the work of forgiveness. It'll just come back. Somebody else. Listen, I had so many people coming at me from 2016 to 2017, and it was all the same energy. It was like all at one time. And it was all the same type of energy, just different people, but the same energies. And it was just like, boom, 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 choo, choo. I was like, what is happening? I started doing my work. I had to get back in there and do my work and get into my forgiveness mode and get this type of energy out of my experience. And once I started to do the forgiveness, forgiving myself for allowing the people in, number one, forgiving myself for not doing the work prior to, forgiving myself for being crazy right along with all the craziness and getting in there and just being as wicky wacky as hell. I had to do a whole lot of forgiveness for myself, right? And then I was able to extend that courtesy to the people too. And now they're all like they're like, when a dandelion a dandelion is starting to die and it has those little wish things that we used to call them wishes, and you blow it away, the seeds. That's where everybody is now. I don't even think about them. Barb said, I was being emotionally abused by him and myself for allowing it. I used to feel like saying I was forgiving someone was just words. Now, just having the intent to forgive starts the process. Exactly. I used to think that too, just saying, oh, I forgive you. Well, but you really can get in there and do the work. It's not so difficult. Jackie says, same here, Barb. Spooky. I allowed myself to rant for 1 hour. Though the relationship is gone, I had to forgive myself. Yes. Well, I ranted way more than an hour. I was ranting for like days and months. Sharon will tell you because I was calling her ranting. Remember Sharon? I was like, oh my God. It was every day. I was writing books. I was texting books, calling all my angels and my friends and everything. It was a mess. It was crazy. So she doesn't get any texts about that anymore. We don't discuss that anymore because I'm not on that train anymore. I had to get off that train. I had to forgive myself. I had to do my work, and I had to forgive them. And I'm just going to say, now that I'm focused on Sydney, she's living her best life. Best life ever. And I lost weight. Look, I even got new jeans. This week. I don't know if you can see my new jeans. My new skinny jeans yesterday for my birthday. One of my coworkers gave me a gift certificate for my birthday. I don't know if you can't see my jeans. Let me see. Oh, you still can't see them. Look.
Oh, nice.
I got what do you call it? A gift certificate from Old Navy, and I went shopping yesterday, and they opened up a new outlet here on Staten Island, which is shocking because the North Shore on Staten Island, where I live, usually doesn't get all these wonderful, fabulous things, but they opened up this huge outlet, and they had the grand opening. So I went shopping for my birthday, and I got me some jeans, some new T-shirts. I'm feeling good. This Sydney is certainly not the Sydney of 2016. And I have gone back and I have talked to her and I let her know, the work she was doing is working. Keep it up. So, yeah, those are some things that, thank you. Barb says, sounds like what I did, Sydney, a friend who miraculously remains my friend after all that. Yeah, you know who your true friends are. Your true sister friends. When they go through these things with you, and they listen to you rant and they listen to you and they're there for you. And Sharon's been my friend since we were junior high school. Since I met her in junior high school, first day I moved to Long Island, and we have been friends ever since. So she helps me and I help her because she held me down between her and Stephanie too. Stephanie and was wonderful during that time, and Arzu. I called all my sisters and my sister Susan. I'm surprised. I ranted so much to them. It was insane because the stuff I was going through, I couldn't even believe it was happening. But, you get through it. And I encourage you all, if you don't have sister friends, sometimes you need help. And sometimes you need encouragement. And, no matter how strong you are, no matter what tools you use, and no matter how many I am statements you use, sometimes you need a shoulder to lean on. Sometimes you need good friends, good sisters who will help you and love you no matter what you're going through. That's key too, because you could do this work by yourself, and you should. I mean, you have to, but it's always great to have sister friends. I'm just saying.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, right, Linda? It's
Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Uh, I've been focusing on judgment
mm,
because it's amazing. You turn the television on, like the news or something, and I caught myself. I'm judging the women who were on the news broadcast, but not the men wear suits, but the women wear different dresses every day. And I was catching myself going, that doesn't look very attractive on her. And it's like, oh, come on.
mm,
What, why are you even going there?
right.
It has nothing to do with me. I just turn it on for the news or the weather or whatever, and then, I turn it off. And then I started realizing, I thought I was doing pretty good in the judgment area, but when I saw I was starting to do it with the new stuff, it's like, okay, I need to look at that. And so, and again, you have to forgive yourself for doing that.
Right.
And, and for me, the easiest way to forgive, uh, to work on forgiveness is to rewrite the day or the situation. And, um, rewriting the day for me, I've had more practice with, so I that's a tool I get out. Now the advanced tool that you suggested, recommended the um, going back to a past situation and uh, talking to yourself about it and giving yourself, your past self, um, some help and notification. Um, I haven't really done much. I remember doing it once or twice, but
Hmm.
that I'd forgotten about that tool, and I'm probably uh, I've got a couple of things. I went, oh, maybe if I go back and do that, then it won't come up. And these are really old, a few old things that excuse me, pop up. It's seemingly out of nowhere, and it's like, oh, okay, I need to go do that.
Yeah.
So thank you for the advanced tool reminder.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. I haven't done it in a minute, because nothing right now is taking me out anymore as far as, feeling guilty about things. Um,
Well, you've been working. I mean, you've been consistently working on it. Like you said, you have to do the work.
yeah. But I was like, because I was thinking, I was like, okay, Linda and Sharon wanted to talk about this, but like, what? And then Spirit said, remember that. Remember when you used to go to your old self. And I thought, yeah, that's right. That's how I was able to work through some of that wicky wacky icky feeling, and also you'd be surprised, like um, a lot of people say, well, there's nothing to forgive. There's no, I've heard that, right? I don't know if you've ever heard that in the spiritual realm. There's nothing to forgive, because everything is allowed or whatever. And I got to tell you, that for me does not work because I know that I know I have in the past hurt people's feelings. And I know that I have done things that, did not feel okay to the other. And yes, everything is allowed in that regard, but I like forgiving others, and I like forgiving myself, and I like how that feels once it's done. I don't like carrying around that energy. And maybe when I'm ascended and I'm no longer on the planet, I'm no longer in 3D or 5, I'm in 5D, I'll be able to, say, oh, that's no big deal, about things that maybe I said or did to others, or that I've said or done to myself. But right now, today, no, like I feel for me that when I work on forgiveness, everything else starts to gel. Things start to move easier. My life starts to move better. People that I've forgiven have fallen out of my experience, but they've also been replaced with different energies because I'm in a different energy level as well. So I just want to encourage you all to, to work on situations that you are dragging around with you on a regular basis. I got to tell you that had I not done the forgiveness work, I would be right here talking to you about those experiences that I had and just dragging it back up again, But now I can talk about those experiences and there's no energy now that's attached to it. That's how you know that you're doing the work too. You don't feel that angst. You don't feel that the icky feeling. It's just a non-feeling. It's like you're reading a book and you're talking about an experience from a book. When you are invested in that and you still have that energy churning, that's when you know that you still have work to do on that particular experience. Because if you don't, you're just going to carry it along with you into the next experience, into the next experience, into the next experience, and you're going to attract the energies that you haven't released. And that's what forgiveness really is, in my opinion. It's releasing those energies that you don't want to carry along with you anymore. You don't want to have. So that's my take on forgiveness. What do you guys got? What do y'all got? I did all the talking, me and Linda. That's our take. That's what we shared. What do y'all got? Barb shared. So Katrina says, what about those ongoing societal experiences that require forgiveness? Well, I do the same thing. I even work on forgiving, who over there, I don't like to say his name, he who shall not be named. But, to a lot of people, he doesn't need any forgiveness. But for me, he does. And so I work on that when it crosses my path. However, I don't dwell on him anymore. And the societal ills, that's something that I don't know if I would call it necessarily that I'm forgiving. Those societal things, again, because I don't know what each God presence in each individual that's happening is trying to do. I do know for myself how I respond and how I react to it is very key. So, I catch myself, like I said the other night when I was talking about the abortion law, right? And how I wasn't with it. And it made me, I had a reaction, and it was a visceral reaction, and I didn't like it. And I said, okay, there's things that's happening on the planet that, how can I be about those, and how can I experience those? How can I change those things? And I'm asking Spirit for guidance on that. Um, I forgive myself for my reactions, but those things right now, they didn't actually physically affect me. They affect the group at large that we're in, and the group at large has a mindset that needs to be shifted, in my opinion, right now, right? Because the one thing, I'm talking about abortions, let's just talk about that. The mindset is that, you know, we have given control to this group of people to make decisions for us. This is the result of that, and not knowing the truth of who you are, that you are a being that has power within. And if we're not going within, we're dealing with what is happening on the outside. And we can't change what's happening on the outside until we go within. Period, point blank, because everything is imagined first. And one of the things I did not do, and everybody told me to do, was watch The Handmaid's Tale. I just couldn't do it. Something inside of me would not allow me to do that. And I said, you know what? I can't, I'm not going to put that in my spirit, because if everybody in the United States is watching that show, if everything that Neville says is true, and we're creating, we're manifesting, everything was created, right? All things are created. We are just manifesting. We're like the manifesting tool. Things come through us out, right? Through our subconscious. If everybody's watching that and saying out loud, like on my Twitter feed, on my social media, all over the place, everybody was talking about The Handmaid's Tale and how, oh my God, this is where the United States is moving to, and this is what we're going to experience. And I was like, I'm not trying to have that in my, I can't put that in my consciousness. You know, people walking around in red with the white hats or whatever the hell, because you see the pictures. I couldn't do it. I refused to do it. I said, I'm not doing that. I said, because, and this is just one aspect of my thought process. I mean, I watch other things. So I said, I remembered that Neville was talking about the guy that wrote the book about the Titanic before the Titanic was even created. Nobody even knew what the Titanic was. He wrote this book about this big ship. He put all the rich people on it, and it sunk in the middle of the Arctic. And then the Titanic came, was built, and all the rich people got on it, and it sunk in real 3D, real life. So I think that societal ills or societal issues, again, it has to start with each one of us from within. And we have to ask the questions, you know, what questions are we asking our greater I am within? And you know, collectively we could ask the question, or individually we could ask the question. But the questions need to be asked, and the questions that need to be asked, I think, may not necessarily be, how can I forgive this person right now? Because that's huge. It's a lot. There's a lot of things. Might be, you know, what am I feeling about this right now? And how can I feel differently? And if you move from just one place in your feeling to the next place, I think that's movement. Movement is movement. And if, you know, the one thing I have to say about Abraham Hicks was that emotional scale. I did like that. That was great. And if you're moving up from different emotions and feelings, how can I feel better about this? You know, we don't want to feel better sometimes. How can I feel better about that? I think that is helpful. That's how I move through stuff, if that makes sense, Katrina. Funky00, welcome. Hi, Deli. You know what? I just said your name. Delicia. Did I say it right? Delicia? Okay. Maybe we're not pronouncing it correctly. Sharon says, I am listening and learning a lot, but I didn't know how to deal with forgiveness of feeling guilty that I'm doing well at the moment. I didn't know how to deal with forgiveness of feeling guilty that I am doing well at the moment. Okay. Katrina says, I agree with Sydney, but it requires consistent forgiveness for personal well-being. Yes, Katrina. Maybe I should have said experiences stemming from systemic issues that are ongoing. Okay, Katrina. It was 70% of Alabama women who voted for men, who voted for 70% of Alabama women who voted for. Men voted 84% against. What does that mean? It's a lot. Katrina says, great point. How can one change perspective of whatever the injustice? Delicia. No. Yeah. Delicia? Delicia. 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 Delicia? No, it's not day. It's day. Delicia. 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 I got it right. I think. Yeah, I'm 84. I don't even know. It doesn't even, to me, it doesn't even matter if it was 84% women, if it was more women or more men that voted. My issue is that you all voted for a law that someone else is going to have control and say over your body. That's the point for me. You voted. When we vote, we give our, this is the paradigm that we live in, the construct that we're in, that we've created collectively, that someone always has to be in charge. Somebody always has to be able to run things. Someone always has to make the rules. And one of the things in scripture that I fall back on quite often, and I think in my mind, and I'm going, this is what we're doing again, right? Is in the Old Testament, when the Jews, the Hebrews were leaving Egypt, and they're coming out of Egypt and they're going through their changes and they're in the desert for 40 years and they're doing all this stuff, and the Bible is allegory, but one of the things that really always sticks out in my mind is they were given, they wanted kings. They wanted a king to rule Israel. And basically God said, well, wait, like, what are you doing? You don't need a king, really. I'm paraphrasing. I'm using my own words. You don't really need a king. You got me, Hey, hello. No, we need a king. We need a ruler. We need somebody who's in charge, who's just gonna run things. This is what we need, yo. I was like, okay. And, they made somebody king. I think at the time it might have been, was it Samuel or David? I'm not sure. One of them. I think might have been Samuel. I think Samuel was the first one who was the king of the Israelites. And as far as the Bible is concerned. And they stopped. They started focusing on the fact they had a king. They wanted to have a king like the other countries and the other tribes and all that. They wanted, flex. And things just didn't go the way they wanted them to go, and they're hard. He kept calling them hard neck people, right? And I think that is allegory for us in a way. You know, we want someone who's going to tell us what to do. We want these kings and queens. And then when things don't go great and wonderful, and we want not kings and queens necessarily, but we want the president, we want, you know, representation. We want all of these people that we vote in to do our will. We want them to do what we want them to do. And yet we all have the I am presence within us. And I think that's the allegory. That's what it feels like to me. You know, so again, we have the power within us, and we have to focus on that, really. And the more we do that, the more we help others and get the word out, so to speak, on how to change within. Some of these societal ills will shift and change. That's my belief, and that's my focus anyway. So Katrina says, Delicia. Okay, I got it right. Funky 00. We read your email today. It was delicious. Just let me say. Mwah. We loved it. Everybody was giving you, you're going to have to go back and listen. Everybody was giving you, you know, yay, congratulations. Katrina says, that's how the system of voting has always worked. Correct. Linda says, I need to meet a friend and have to go. Love you all. See you all Wednesday. Okay, Linda, love you. Bye, Linda. She's already gone. Katrina says, not all of us. I want to be a sovereign being. You don't have to want to be a sovereign being. You are a sovereign being. You are a sovereign being. Already. Period, point blank. You are a sovereign being. We all are sovereign beings. You know, it's, I think the work today is for us to go within, focus within, get the answers from within, and manifest them to our reality. And that's how we're going to change. And the thing is, some of us won't change. I mean, this has been going on since Israelite times, right? So some of us won't change. But I do believe that we all have the power to change the experience that we're experiencing. That's my feeling. That was a response to what you said about people wanting someone to tell them what to do. Oh, okay. Gotcha. All right now. That's right. You are a sovereign being. That was a response. Got it. So, yeah, this was interesting, people. Y'all are keeping me on my toes. It is 12:49. So again, I want to just remind you all that we have the contest. I mean, it's not a contest. It's a birthday giveaway. It's not really a contest. And you'll be able to win a T-shirt, the salt lamp that I showed you. I'm not going to show it again because it's heavy and it's in the back, but it's pretty nice. I have one. You'll have the same one that I have. Or you'll be able to win the bundle, the Sage and Palo Santo wood that comes in a little kit. and or you'll be able to win. I think I'm going to add the mug. I'm not sure. I'm thinking about it. We'll see. I may do a surprise and pull one more and add the mug in, or the Neville Resurrection book. So if you don't have the Resurrection book, or you haven't purchased it yet, you have an opportunity to actually receive it as a gift from a birthday. So the drawing, I can never say that word. Drawing, because I'm from New York, so I say draw. I'm going to draw. So the drawing is June 1st, 2019. So you have up until then, up until midnight, December 31st to enter. And how to enter, the description is, everything is in the description box below, how to enter. And I did add in all of the links for the books you can purchase on Amazon. I put in the paperback book and the hard copy book for the Metaphysical Bible Dictionary is down there. I added in the herbal book. Some of you were asking about that. The Alkaline Herbal Medicine book. I added that in there, so you can pick that up if you want. The sage link is in there. The salt lamp link is in the description. You know, you can pick up the salt lamp yourself if you want. You can never have too many salt lamps. That's all I'm saying. So if you buy it and then you win it, you'll just have two. It's a wonderful thing to have around your house, and it's very calming. Helps calm your spirit. Also, I added in the new Sage Bundle that I picked up this week. This is by sustainably grown and harvested California white sage. I like them. And then they also send you a little bracelet that comes along with the package. That's in there. And what else? I put the link for the I Am Discourses is in there if you want to pick that up. And if you want any of the products that we talk about on the Indigo Room, go to the description box and all of the links are there. If you want to look at some of the videos that we did, the links are down there too. If you want to donate to the Indigo Room, you can do that through PayPal or Cash App. It's $ the Indigo Room. And our Gmail, you can email us because that's part of the giveaway. You have to share your email. We're not going to give it away to anybody, but it is theindigoroom2@gmail.com. So hopefully you got all of that, and you enjoy the rest of your Sunday. And I am going to enjoy the rest of my Sunday celebrating my birthday. Woo! Happy birthday to me. Did I say December 31st? May 31st. I'm sorry. Did I say December 31st? No, it's May 31st. May 31st. Sharon says, I have so much to learn about forgiveness. Katrina says, that time went fast. Yes, honey, it surely does. It always goes fast when we're in the Indigo Room. I don't know why, but it does. Sharon, don't we all? You are not alone. This is a wonderful support, Katrina says. And thank you, Funke00. She said, happy birthday. Yes, so you have until midnight, May 31st is when you got, until then to enter the contest. And then June 1st is when we're doing the drawing. So enter in. Remember to comment, hit the thumbs up button, comment, subscribe. Maybe you want to add some more stuff about forgiveness. We can talk about that a little bit more as we move along through the Indigo Room. Also share the video, ring the bell so you get new notifications. Remember who you are. Remember that you are source right here in a physical body. Remember that you can be, you do, you can have anything that you desire. And remember, it's not being extraordinary that makes you unique. It is your uniqueness that makes you extraordinary. I will see you back here in the Indigo Room on a Wednesday at 9 o'clock p.m. And we're going to be going back into the resurrection for Neville. And we're talking about prayer. So join us. We will hopefully will get to see you then. And have the great rest of your weekend. Love you. Bye. Thank you all for being here. I love you. Thank you, Linda.